60-minute game, you got to play all 60 minutes. And you got to play each play like it's got a history and life of its own, and we didn't do that today. We as coaches got to do a better job, and that starts with me. I'm the leader of the organization, and I'm the one held responsible for it. And certainly thought that there was a point in the game where we had kind of taken it over and got the momentum, and then we lost that momentum on their coming out drive. And we didn't play for 60 minutes, but it really is almost a complete mirror of the season. A little good, a little bad, a little offbeat, and then give up some plays, stall out, not able to run the ball there some late, and that's frustrating and disappointing. But we will bounce back. We got an opportunity to play in a bowl game. We're going to get this team better with every practice, and we'll continue to improve.
Kirby, you have the running game well below their average, I think, but how are they able to get those guys so open on the deep passes? Kind of hurt you?
Yeah, hurt bad. You know, a couple of passes there, we had bad eye control and didn't get a guy over the top, and they did a nice job with their play action game, which we know they got. You work hard anytime you play this team to not give up the big play. You look at the history of Georgia playing them, or really any team playing them, but when you look at history, when you don't give up the big play passes, even if they hit the 10, 12, 13-yard runs, you survive. We gave up, I know, 2 really big passes, and that's critical against them because those are chunk yardages, and that's what we got to do a better job. And we didn't defend the deep passes real well.
Kirby, did you believe after the last few games that you were sort of past something like this happening?
I don't know if it's the case, past something like this happening. I mean, I think they've got a good team. I think they got a very different offense, so it made it a different kind of game than the games we've been playing, because I don't think you're ever out of it with them. You have to play such a defense that you put yourself sometimes at risk for explosive passes, and you know that. So you know they're an explosive team if they take shots, and you play a certain style of defense to stop them. And we had several of those today that we did. So I mean, I don't think it was a deal where I think that it couldn't happen. I think if you think something like that can't happen to your team, that's arrogance. And I certainly don't think that we were arrogant coming in.
When you review this game, you know, overnight or tomorrow, whatever, what's going to be the thing that sticks out most? You know, like Jacob's, you know, pass there in that situation, or a 96-yard drive in that situation.
That's a backbreaker there, the 96-yard drive, especially after I think second, and I don't know, they were second 12 or second 13. I mean, maybe second 10, but if we stop them on first down and then we got them backed up and they hit plays and got the rhythm on us. I think when you look back on it, it'll be missed opportunities. Like I said, it'll be very similar to the season. We go to the red area on defense. Do we make any stops? I don't think we did. All right. Do we go to the red area on offense? Do we cash every chip in? No, we have to kick field goals 3 times maybe. I don't know, 2 or 3 times we missed one. So the squandered opportunities is the most frustrating thing about the game. And I give them credit; they made plays when they had to.
You mentioned indicative of the season is when you have a team as young as you've had this year. Is that something, the price that can come with young players playing at so many key positions, and what can? Well,
I think early in the year it can, but those kids should have grown up. We've done a good job, I think, developing those guys, gaining some confidence. But we made some bonehead mistakes today that when you play these guys, your number of series, especially on offense, is reduced because the game's reduced. So your level of ability to miss on a first or second down, or have a play lined up wrong, or look at the wrong read, when you do one little thing wrong, it blows it out of proportion because you lose a drive. You know, and I think that's consistently what we've done. When I say a mirror of the whole season, it's one guy had bad eye control or a poor decision, putting the formation into the boundary offensively. So I think when you do that, you make yourself susceptible to those kind of games. And we certainly got to do a better job as coaches, starting with me, of doing that better.
Kirby, if reduced series, only 34 yards in the fourth quarter, just how much did that wind up, hurting the way the offense was able to go in the fourth quarter?
Oh yeah, I mean, the offense didn't get the ball much in the fourth quarter, because that's as much on the defense as it is the offense getting 34 yards. The fact we couldn't get them off the field and they couldn't get a possession to be able to grind it out, and I certainly think that they did a better job as the game went on of controlling the run game, of stopping the run.
Kirby, if you close this out, you're 8-4, 4-game winning streak heading into the bowl. Instead, obviously, it's what it is. How much does this change kind of things going forward?
I don't think it changes anything for us. I mean, it's disappointing. I'm upset. I mean, but we now turn the page and we have to say, all right, what are we going to do now? We've got to get this team better. How do we get this team better? We get the players here some bowl practice, which is an advantage to be able to go practice for a bowl game, wherever we get to go, and improve our team, improve our depth, get the younger players that aren't playing better, and then go out and recruit. For the next 14 days, we get to go hit the road and go recruit. And that's ultimately the lifeblood of your program is how do you recruit and can you improve what you've got on your team. Look, I'm just sick for the seniors because these guys have given us so much. And several of them are really key contributors, whether it's special teams or role players. I mean, to see those guys heartbroken, that frustrates me. I think I let them down, and that's the most disheartening
Is
thing.
that because you lost your last game to them?
Well, I mean, it really didn't have anything to do with me losing it. I'm sick for them. I already had mine.
Right, but
you know, but I feel their pain.
Right.
I know what they went through, and I understand that. But I explained to them that in life you're going to deal with this kind of adversity. They're going to go on from here and deal with adversity. I just hate it for these seniors because so many of our freshmen and sophomores, I don't know that they understand. I don't know they know the magnitude of this game for them, for the future, for these seniors. I don't think they understand that. We've tried to harp on that all week. Kalana did a great job of explaining it to those guys, and ultimately we're able to get it done.
After
Look
the
on that
after the
winning
pick,
touchdown for Tech, that was almost a busted play. Y'all had it kind of covered, like they wanted to throw it maybe back to Thomas coming out of the backfield, and you had that snuffed out, but left the middle open.
Yeah, I was shocked. I mean, that's one of their toughest plays. We repped that play all week. Throw back to the quarterback. It's really hard because you're teaching everybody on option football to flow and try to stop the option. And then they had the pitch. They were going to throw it back to him. I probably would have thought that would have been wide open, but we covered it. Reggie covered it really well. But we had a breakdown in the inside, you know, and we didn't get the guy on the ground. I mean, people probably overplayed the play, you know, and everybody went back to stop Justin, and the kid just kept it and ran it in. And I don't know if we missed tackles there. He just made a hell of a run, but he got it in. It was a gutsy play call by them, but we defended it well and didn't get him on the ground.
you talking about the red zone issues with defense and the shorter field after the pick. I mean, did you not like your chances to hold them there?
You mean?
I mean, you guys really needed to stand there after the momentum
Yeah, we need to
switch.
stand bad. I mean, I expected to stop them. I expected us to go out and stop them and have a chance. We needed a touchdown, not a field goal. So I certainly expected to stop them, but we didn't.
What do you feel you can build on from this game?
Well, I think everybody can learn the magnitude. That's what I'm saying about the freshmen and sophomores, understanding that this game it's different. It's a different kind of game because you're playing a different kind of offense. So it even changes for our offense. You know, we've got to be able to control the ball. We've got to be able to convert third downs, which we converted more third downs than we had been, and get some good things offensively. It's kind of like the whole year. But then we had some situations we couldn't convert, and we didn't score in the red area. That's why I say it's a microcosm of the whole year.
What do you think went into you guys being able to stop the option a lot in the second half until those final two drives in which they were able to hit those big plays?
Momentum and some of the passes. I mean, I'll be honest with you, they're a run-first team. We all know that, so we got to stop the run. The minute you stop being able to stop the run, that's when it really opens up the floodgates. And we had that, you know, early the first drive. They were doing some neat things. They did a good job of offensively doing some different schemes. We adjusted to it. But at the end of the day, we weren't able to control the vertical passing game, the deep balls as well as we wanted to. Certainly, every one of those plays we repped and worked on, but we didn't stop them when we had to. We got to give our kids a better opportunity to be able to stop those.